And when we come by the Turkish trenches, I look back where we come up and you wonder how the hell any of us got up there.
Really? Well, so tell me about Ramadi. Tell me about Ramadi. What happened there?
Well, see, Ramadi was a little place. There was close to the river there was a place what they called Jackson's House. We didn't know, apparently before that war they was trying to build take the water from the flood water from the Euphrates, and about 3 or 4 miles outside there was a big salt lake. I know it was because we'd been marched all around and the ground all around and was just like covered with snow.
Really?
When you'd walk on it, your foot would go down about a couple inches.
Yeah.
And then all that stuff would stick to your boots.
Yeah.
You had to stop every 4 or 5 yards and knock it off.
Yeah.
Otherwise you couldn't walk. It was like walking on a couple of half tennis balls.
Really? Yes.
Yeah. Every time you take a step, the crust of this break. And of course, the glare of the sun on there.
Yeah.
Anyhow, what they apparently they was going to do is run the water back into these big lakes, and then when the drought time come on, and feed it back again.
Yes.
Because they called it Jackson's House. It was a bit of a place up then. But they had, when we got there next day, you could see I suppose they had one of these narrow gauge railway things to carry their stuff where they was digging about, see, and have these little tip carts, what to run on a small gauge railway. What a iron tip cart, sort of a V-shaped thing, and what they tip over. Anyhow, the Turks had took off these bottom pieces. They cut a big slot in the bottom part of that thing, and they built in their trenches with a big slot, and they could move a machine gun up and down these slots, see.
Right.
Iron, and of course they had sandbags all over the top, and pointing down to these straight with the grounds and bears your badger's ass. All the way down where we come up over. How the hell we got up there without losing all of that? I don't know.
So they'd taken these things and they turned them upside down and cut the
Put them sideways, see?
Put them sideways, yeah. So it was like a piece of ready-made armour for them.
Oh, you know, just the trucks were they were like that, see?
Yeah.
Because they were sending, they cut a slot all through there. Of course, these little things was about 3 foot long, I suppose. They cut a slot through there, and then they had it built in like that, see? It's covered all over with sandbags on the top. And then you had the machine gun be
So,
up and down.
right. So, and so they were at the top of a ridge, were they? They were at the top by the lake. The lake was behind them.
Well, they had the river behind them, see?
Yeah.
And they was on a foot. Beautiful trenches they had, though.
Yeah.
That was like different what we used to do.
They've been there for a long time. They've been there for a couple of years.
Oh, been there. Oh yes, I suppose they've been there. Turks, because all that was part of the Turkish Empire, see, before 1950.
Yeah.
Because they had nearly all that, see.
Yes.
Because, I mean, Palestine, all down, right down as far as Egypt was all under the Turkish rule. Because, like, when Allenby went on up that way, it was all driving the Turks back. That was all part of their empire. Jordan and Saudi Arabia was all part of the Turkish Empire back at that time, see.
Amazing, isn't it? It was huge. Yeah.
They're just, I mean, we drove them out, and of course that's after, I don't know exactly how it happened afterwards. The Turks was all gone, anyhow they formed into an independent country. See, that's how the start of Iraq.
Yes. Yep. And so, what happened? You were there. You came up and stopped the day before, did you? Did you stop overnight before you got to
Ramadi?
Yeah, Ramadi.
Oh, we were like I say, we was on up to Fallujah, and then we went up, stopped at a place a bit far up called Madrid. Then we went out round, we'd been out round and round these lakes several days before, different times.
Yeah.
Marshall, that's how it is we come to know this white stuff.
Right.
But of course we was out there, we was out of range there, see, out of range.
Yeah.
And then when we got in, of course we was right in close, see.
Yeah.
I suppose, see that, there was, if taken from the Kurdish positions, There's this all clear ground for miles, see, all plain. But they go on so far, and about 400 or 500 yards from the first Turkish lines, the ground used to go bend away a bit, see? And you could come up on there, bar a few odd shells, but as soon as you began to get there, you come right in full view, and that's when you copped it.
400 yards away.
Oh,
You suddenly-
500
Yeah.
yards.
Yeah.
We called it a ridge, but you could hardly see it, but you knew the difference when you got up. There's a sort of little bit of a fold in the ground, see?
Yeah. Yeah. And so what was it? What time of day was it that you sent up there?
Oh, started off, I suppose it was 9 or 10 in the morning when we got up close, I suppose.
Yeah. And how many of you were there? How many? What
Well,
division?
we had about 800 when we started,
Mhm.
and we had the Gurkhas, but they was long farther over, right over on the left, but we caught the main body, you know, we caught the main battle.
Mhm.
And of course we had a cavalry battalion with us, 14 hussars, I think, so us.
On horses or on? Really?
And they'd gone on in front of us, and they were up round the other side, you know, between the Turks and the back.
Yes.
But there, I think the Turks, when they found that we was coming up, and they had some of them there, they chucked in next day. See.
They surrendered.
We took we had about 3,000 odd prisoners.
Yes. So your battalion went up over the ridge.
Oh yes.
And then what? Then it was.
Oh, they sort of stopped there all night, see, and waited. Then during the night they more or less surrendered. We more or less walked in.
Yeah. The next day. I mean, so when you were advancing, what there were people were just falling around.
Oh yes, they go down. You never told you. But a lot of them, some of them pulled out. There's several by mates went west. There's Irish Derby. He had about 5 or 6. He was caught a burst of machine gun fire in his chest. Several when they went down round. And I and another chap was doing stretcher bear in that day, see? And we picked up several and took them back to what we had a bit of a first aid post back farther back where our doctor was. There was only our doctor there and a couple of orderlies. And there was not a dead there. We took several wounded back. And then we went back up to Fitzgerald and come across one of our big chap belonged in our regiment. He was led out there. He had a nasty wound right in the throat. And while we were there trying to do something, a doctor belonging to one of the Gurkhas come up. And he plugged it all around and something done it up properly. We took him back down there. When we got back there, our doctor said, "Who did this?" And I said, "A Gurkha doctor, one of the doctor belonged to the Gurkha regiment." And he was up there walking around tending to all the wounded.
Really?
Everybody wasn't going up there.
No, but he was in the front lines, Gurkha.
Yeah, he was doing it. He got the DS. He got the DSO, and he earned it too.
Did he?
Oh, yes. You could see several times during that day he was going all amongst the wounded there, doing what he could, and right up under fire.
Yes. Yes.
I said that I've met that same chap several when we used to go to some reunion dinners.
Yes. Well, the fellow that you carried back, he survived.
He was all right, but he's lost his voice. He just I could only talk like that, but that was otherwise he was all right.
Yes. Really.
But if he hadn't done it, I think he'd have died.
Yes.